Hi, good afternoon. Hope you're all having a fabulous Sunday. I just thought I would do a little live post on 10 of the essential oils and some of my experiences with them. So, first one up is the Breathe oil. Now, I've spoken about this before, I've done posts on this before. It's the one that got me hooked. My little boy was born with congestion. Was congested for years. He didn't sleep, I didn't sleep. And we've tried everything. We tried changing his diet. I put a diffuser in his bedroom with probably about 3 or 4 drops of this Breathe, and he slept straight away. So whenever now he gets a bit congested, we put the diffuser in his room. He even asks for it now. So Breathe, anything respiratory, or my little girl, it doesn't hit her here, it hits her on her chest, so he's cough, cough, cough. So I put a diffuser in her room and it literally stops her coughing within about 5 minutes. I always think, is it going to work? And then it does work. It's amazing. That's why it's called Magic Oils, because it does feel a little bit like magic. The next one up is On Guard. So this is one I use. It's basically to boost an immune system. So if you feel anything coming on and you want to just stop it dead in its tracks, On Guard is the one you need to be using. So if my children come home with snot or a sneeze, then I'll put On Guard onto them. So I'll rollerball it, dilute it, and put it onto the bottoms of their feet and up the back of their spine. If I'm starting to feel like I'm coming down with something, then I do have the On Guard in little capsules that I take internally when we can't get poorly, basically. So On Guard is one that I just couldn't live without. I've started cleaning with it, washing with it, everything really. So that's the On Guard. The next one up is lavender. Now, I use lavender an awful lot for relaxing. I put it on my little girl's pillow. I also used it a lot last week when the pollen count was really high, and diffused it with lemon and cleared up my other half's hay fever that he had. Next one, lemon. Obviously I've diffused that with the lavender, so we've got lemon here, and I also just diffuse it. It just kills any of the nasty smells. I spray it into people's shoes that are a bit stinky. It's just basically purifying everything. I also put a drop in my water, and that basically helps with any detox and things like that, getting any little nasties out of the body. Peppermint is one that I just another one I couldn't really live without. I use it a lot for nausea. I also used it for the hay fever. If you get a few drops and tap it on the back of at the base of your neck, top of your spine, it actually brings the flavour straight into the mouth, and it really helps with anything like that. Peppermint is also a very uplifting one. I've also used peppermint for nerves. I've had quite bad problems with hands, nerve problems in my hands. I put peppermint on and it just clears it up straight away. So peppermint, awesome. Oregano, or the oregano, or whatever the Americans call it, is my substitute for antibiotics. So throat infections, ear infections, anything like that, oregano, do not put it straight onto the skin. It was going to burn, so dilute it with some fractionated coconut oil, and oregano is one that you use. You can also put it in like a little veggie cap or something like that and take it internally. So I know somebody at the moment who's coming down feels like they're coming down with tonsillitis. So they use the oregano in veggie caps and take it internally, and it will clear it up. It is amazing, the results of that. Now, frankincense, it's called the king of oils. It is beautiful. I use it for myself a lot emotionally. It kind of takes a lot of anxiety away. If you're in a situation where you can't see the wood for the trees and it's making you kind of a bit anxious, that way frankincense will ground that down. It's also amazing for anything skin related, cuts, bruises, anything like that. Fabulous. I was trying to think of something else for frankincense, but yeah, that is just, you can use that for pretty much everything. Deep Blue is another one that kind of sold me into oils. Anything muscular. My other half has really bad problems with his neck and shoulders, so we kind of massage that into his neck, and it clears that up straight away. And I've also used that on my hands, and it's really good for anything like that. Any kind of running pains that I get, I use the Deep Blue. And also my little girl, she gets growing pains, and she's always kind of got these growing pains, waking up in the middle of the night screaming that her legs are hurting. Previously I've used Calpol or Nurofen, but I literally dilute that with a little bit of fractionated coconut oil, and I rub that onto her legs, and it's gone within about 5 minutes, and she's back to sleep. Digesten, we've used that this morning actually. We overdid it on food and wine yesterday. So me and especially the other half had a little bit of a tummy pains this morning, so we've used the Digesten on that one. I also know somebody, a good friend of mine, who's got severe IBS, and they've tried all kinds of different dieting, lots of different methods to try and resolve the IBS, and the only one she's found is the Digesten. So you can just literally just rub that straight onto your tummy, or you can take it in capsules and take that internally. The smell's a little, it's got fennel in it, so the smell's a little bit of an acquired one to get used to. So yeah, that's Digesten. And my last one of my top 10 essentials is the Melicula. It's a tea tree oil, and I use this a lot. So if you've got a little tickle in the back of your throat, and you can't stop kind of having a cough, or you've got a little bit of a sore throat, I put 1 drop of that under my tongue and it's gone straight away. For kids, I wouldn't put it into their mouth, it's a bit vile. I would probably rub that and put it straight onto the throat. My other half did have a sore throat the other month, and I gave him a couple of drops in that in the morning to rub onto his throat, and I gave him some to take to work, and by midday it was gone. So tea tree, and also tea tree, it's very good, the Melicula, to mix things like lavender mix it with some lavender and some coconut oil, and use that for nappy rashes and kind of anything like that. It's a fabulous one for that. Or I'm using it actually at the moment, my little boy's still got a cradle cap, so I'm using that on his scalp to clear that up. So yeah, top 10 oils. I have also made some frankincense and lavender face cream, so I use that as a anti-wrinkle cream. Don't look at my wrinkles. As an anti-wrinkle cream for myself. It's got no chemicals in it, it's pure, and it's obviously got the magic frankincense in there as well. But I also use it, Hallie has 2 little eczema patches, my little girl, 2 little eczema patches on there, and that goes on there and fixes that, stops her from itching it. So anything skin related, that's going to be great. So if you want a free sample of this, just drop me a message or comment on this, and I'll make sure you get one of those. And I also have 2 oil bracelets, chakra beads, and they've got the charcoal beads here, and you pop some, whichever oil you want. For emotionally, you can put the oil on there, and then you can kind of be smelling that all day and carrying that around with you. So I've got 2 of those left, and they're £10. If you would like one of those, pop me a message. I hope you've enjoyed it, I hope you found it useful, and have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye!